Folks, Pete here from Ashton's Cars. Today showing you around a 2008 Land Rover Discovery 3. So this is the third generation, obviously, of Land Rover Discovery. It's the TDV6 model. It's a 2.7 litre V6 diesel. Twin turbos on it. They're about, off the top of my head, about 180, 190 horsepower, so a fairly powerful vehicle. Automatic. And this particular one's a GS specification. I'm going to take you around the car. I personally rate these very highly. If you're looking for something that's a versatile 7-seat car that'll tow pretty much anything behind it. They've got a 3.5 ton towing capacity, and on top of that can go off-road, can handle the worst a British winter can throw at them. This is the car for you. So I'm going to show you around it. It's finished in grey, as you can see. It's in very good condition. It's done about 119,000 miles with service history. So, well, what can we say about it? Personally, I think this third generation Discovery was pretty much the best one they've ever done. I think that the earlier ones were rock boxes, the Discovery 1 and 2. I think the latest Discovery, it's a little bit soft now. What they've done now is they've brought out a new Defender, which everyone's raving about. They're about 50 or 60 grand. They basically do the same job that this used to do, because they are good to drive. This is a luxury car when you drive it. It's very smooth, it's very powerful, it's a nice car to drive along on the motorway, but it's also very, very tough and rugged. It's a car that if you needed to, you could drive in wellies with gloves on, and that's what they've decided now that the new Defender should do. So if you want to buy a new Defender, they are a very good car, but if you want to have a car that'll do the same job for a fraction of that, here is the Discovery 3, which in my opinion is pretty much as good. So just coming around it, you can see it's in good nick. It's done 119k, so obviously a little bit of a mark on the front alloy wheel, which you expect on this sort of thing. A couple of very light scratches which won't even show up on the camera, but overall it's a very clean and tidy car. It's got the rear parking sensors and the all-important tow bar, which you will probably want for your horse box or caravan if you're looking to buy one of these. You'll be pleased to know that the other side's just as clean. There's no marks or dents on this car. It's come to us from a very good source. We've actually sourced this car personally because of its history and condition. You see it's fitted with the side steps on it as well. They're a desirable extra on these. The car has got adjustable ride height though. We can lower the suspension. It's air suspension on this. What you manage to do with these air suspensions is that you've got comfort. You can lower it for a bit of ease of getting in and out, but you can also raise it up to give it fantastic ground clearance. People will say, oh well, I bought one once and I know my uncle's auntie's cat had one and they had problems with the air suspension. But to be honest, an airbag on these, it's not that much more than changing a coil spring. They don't tend to give me any trouble. I've got a Range Rover myself which is fitted with a similar system, and I've never had a day's trouble with it. So don't believe the horror stories, but what you do need to do with these cars is buy one that's been well maintained and is in good condition like this. Don't be fooled into buying something that's too cheap and probably got a load of problems. This car's been well looked after. I've got a load of receipts of it which I'll be putting up online, and I know it's been I can sell this one with confidence. So showing you around the outside of it, let's just quickly show you inside. So starting off at the front, nice spacious interior. I'll show you how the air suspension works in a minute when I jump in, but just to give you a little sneak preview, there's the dashboard. I think a very nice layout. It's very versatile. I'll show you a little bit more of it when I jump in it, but it's very clean. This particular one's got cloth seats in it. To be honest, it's very hard wearing, this cloth is, and it's pretty tough. Dashboard as well, is made of tough materials, but good to look at as well in a sort of nice way. It's quite a simplistic design which has aged very well. Tinted glass to the rear of the car, and then you come into this rather nice area here. There's a third row of seats on this car which I'll show you in just a moment, but the middle row here, it's got heating control, it's got ventilation coming to it. It's got a decent speaker system throughout the car, And as you can see, there's acres of room in here. You could easily get 3 car seats in the back of it, and if you have got, you know, 3 children, they're not going to be squabbling because they're sat on top of each other. There's plenty of space, everyone's got a cup holder, and it's a very clean, tidy interior on this particular model. The side steps are invaluable for getting in and out of it, but you can, this is on its middle setting at the minute, and in a moment I'll be showing you how we can lower the suspension to get it down to the access height, as they call it. So here is the boot with the seats fully down. Massive space, as you can see, and we've got the parcel shelf in there as well, which clips in. And here we have it with seats up, so still a little bit of space there. Not quite as much as you get in an XC90, but what you do get is a lot more space in the rear, because you can actually fit proper adults in those seats. One of the things I do like on these cars is this tailgate design, because it's a split tailgate, so the bottom goes up like so, and that closes like so. I'm going to just have the top open on it if I want to just drop some bags in the back. It's quite a versatile design. It's similar to what you get on a Range Rover. Okay, so now I'm sat up in the cabin of the Discovery 3, and hopefully from here you can see properly exactly what I mean about sort of simplistic design of this dashboard. Whereas a new Discovery is all touchscreens, this car has got knobs and switches. It's easy to use, it's nice and simplistic. I personally prefer that. And if you're going to be, it's supposed to be a working vehicle, if you're going to be driving this car in gloves and in wellies, it's nice to have a car that you can actually touch switches on, because touchscreens, they don't work when you've got gloves on. So it's a nice simple setup for the dials as well. I think that personally, you know, it's a nice easy to read cluster, that, and I've got all the electric window switches literally at my hands here on the right hand side under the window. So good visibility in the car. It's always difficult to show you on a video, but I've got fantastic visibility. When I'm looking around, I can see the end of my bonnet. I can see exactly where every corner of this car is, even going towards the back there, because that back window is the very back of the car. So while it's a big vehicle, it's actually very easy to drive. Now I'm going to fire it up quickly for us. Better just grab the key to do that. So I've got 2 keys for this car as well, guys, as well as a full book pack for it. Keys look like this. They're like a remote key, and I'll just put this in now and start this one up so you can hear a run, and I can show you how the suspension and everything works. So it does a system check when you start the car up, and it will settle in a second. And there we go. If the lights are flickering at all, it's not the car, it's the recording device that I'm using. So there we see 119,000 miles on the clock. As you can see, everything's all nice and sound here, and let's give it a little rev. Don't know how well that sound will come out, but it's a very smooth, typical 6-cylinder sound to it. It doesn't sound rattly like your average diesel. I personally love these engines. They're the same engine that they put in the Range Rover Sport. So very smooth to drive, powerful enough. You don't need the big petrol engine in this, because that's just overkill, and it doesn't actually benefit you when you're off-road anyway. This car's more than fast enough with a diesel. Nice big wing mirrors. I can see plenty of what's going on behind me, and all the controls are nice and easy to use, and I've even got, probably worth noting, a front heated windscreen, which you can't really see, but there are little wires running through that screen. So I like driving these. I like the view I've got. I like the way it handles. Let me just show you very quickly. There's another reason why I would like one of these, is it has got variable programs here for different modes for the 4x4 system. So at the moment it's in road. We've got one there for mud ruts, one for forest, one for the desert, and one there I think which does the serious sort of off-roading, green laning sort of mode. If you look at this here, this adjusts the ride height. I'll show you that in a minute. And that one there is actually a low ratio gearbox, which is for serious off-roading, and it puts the car into a gear system where it'll only do about 20 miles an hour top speed, but it's very good for go anywhere ability if you want to go off-road. The gearbox itself is a automatic, but with a manual Tiptronic function should you need to use that. Again, when you combine that with the low ratio, you end up with something that's very tractable off-road, and just fantastic to drive. The car has got an electronic handbrake, That's been replaced very recently. It's something that you do need to look out for on these, but that's brand new, and it's had a lot of money spent on it, this particular car. So, ride height. Well, we're in normal height at the moment. If I press this down, we go into a lower ride height, and I don't know if you can see that. Probably a bit difficult from where you are. The car's just settling down now at its access height. If I want to raise it, I can flick it up twice. That'll put it into the off-road setting. Let me just settle the camera there on those cars, and perhaps you'll be able to see against them that we are going up. There we go. And that's us up pretty much on the top setting now. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see that from where I've just done it. Bit awkward to show you. Perhaps if I just show you from outside the car. I actually need the side step to get out of it now, because you can see it's now a hell of a lot higher than it was a few minutes ago. Let's flick them on down onto the lower setting, just to show you that, and show you the difference, and of course show you that it actually works on this car, because there's so many of these you see where this isn't working properly. So I'm putting it now into its lowest setting, just wait for it to settle down. There we go. Right, let's just get out here a minute and show you the difference. So you can see now, much lower. And that's the access height for the car, so it's a lot easier to get in and out of on this height. When you're driving it though, certainly at any decent speed, it's going to be in the middle setting automatically. If I pull off now, it'll raise itself up as it's going along. And in the top height, it's only really for up to 30 miles an hour because it's for off-roading. So without further ado, I'll get back in the car and get her parked up for you, but I'll very quickly show you how you can get in touch with us. So there you have it, folks. She's all packed up and ready for you. Should this be something that you're looking for, give me a call. 07932 873 646 is my number. I'm a huge fan of these, and that's actually my Range Rover you can see in the background there, which is another Land Rover product. And personally, I've always found these to be fantastic cars if they're well looked after, so I only buy ones that have been well looked after, and you know, I've got a few bills with them to prove it. So if you're looking for one, give us a call. We're happy to give you any advice that you may need. Happy to take part exchange. I'm also happy to deliver the car anywhere in the UK for you. My number once more is 07932 873 646, and last of all, guys, please give us a like, please give us a share. As you can see, we've got plenty of cars in stock here, so feel free to subscribe to our channel, check out our other videos. Hopefully we've got something for everyone, and most important of all, guys, please look after yourselves. The number one more time is 07932 873 646, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks very much for watching.